Hello. Hey. 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 Okay, let's just make out. Hey. 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 Hello. Hello. Hey. 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 ¿Se escucha bien? ¿Se escucha bien? Eco. Eco. Ah, ok. Hey. Hello. 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 Okay. Mic test. Okay. Mic test. Mic test. Okay. Mic test. Mic test. Okay. Hello. Mic test. Mic. Mic test. Hello. Mic test. Mic. Anyone got a mic? Okay. 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 Hello. Anyone got a mic? Let me check. These guys are ready. Hey man, can you hear me? Let me check if you can hear me. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Okay. Now let me check how to put your source of voice, because otherwise you're not going to be listening on the stream, right? Yeah, I'm using OBS. Oh. Oh god, this is going to be a mess. Okay. How do I put you at mic? Stream share. Connections, probably. Okay. Okay, can you speak? Okay. You're listening in my desktop audio, so that's good. But from what I remember is with my NDI tools. So should I put screen capture source, or no? Discord says it's on shared remote. Remote, probably is that one. Oh Jesus, man. Do you know actually how to connect your voice? I mean your voice. No, it's okay. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's do that. If you want to comment on chat in case you don't hear ourselves, that will be like the last way. Make sense? Okay. Okay. Let's do this. So okay. Gonna put this down. Right? So thank you. Hey. Hello everyone. Roberto. Thank you for waiting all that time. We had some technical issues. Today actually hello. Today actually is quite a good day because we have somebody invited. I have my friend Alex. Alex Byte is the way you call yourself, bro? soon. Perfect. Hello. Hey, well, well. Let me check if everyone is listening here. I'm going to check. Perfect. Yeah. Hello, everyone. So, checking the mic, checking everything. Okay, you can't hear yourself. Okay. So we're gonna Alex Bite. Is let me check. I don't wanna write wrong your name. Yeah. So at least audio is okay. Just checking. Alex Bite is already invited. Something is wrong with his audio. Okay, let me check that real quick. I think we should just right away jump in. Probably. Can you write in the chat? Yeah, I think you can, right? I'm going. Yeah, perfect. In the next time, I'm going to really going to check that. Hey, okay, I see you. Okay. So, well, right now I have my terminal. Right now, I have my Cscalp. I'm going to walk you guys through to the workflow. Workflow today. So today I have using a new tool I probably haven't presented. It's called Aggregator. It's pretty old. I mean, like pretty old. Many people actually had seen this this chart, but probably never knew where the source is. So let me check if you guys can see. Yes, you can see. This is called aggregator, or in the short, it's just AGGR, right? Agar. So it's a very old tool. It's my tape, because this is like a canvas. You can put whatever you want actually in this canvas. Right now I am using the default one. We're just looking to liquidations. I'm looking CVD, I'm looking Bloom, and this is aggregating 16 markets, which is why it's called aggregator, right? Because it aggregates. And besides, you're looking the tape, and of course one of the most basic things when you're working with the tape is you want to normalize this into US dollars, because usually nomination is in base quotes, or the coin in other words. So this normalizing in money, if you put your mouse on it, you will also see the coin. Oh, one thing is, just let me announce that we are already here, because I haven't say that before we continue. Okay. So actually, could you fix your problem with your terminal, or you're still Say yeah, you. Did. Can you share your screen? Perfect. Just sharing this with you guys. Yeah, they can't. Mm-hmm. What shows what on my mouse? Ah, the rule. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. Ah, that's yeah, that's good. That's it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean that terminal that you have there is from your friend. You said it's from you. It's uh, Russian guys are super good coding, man. Yeah. I mean, like super good. Yeah. I understand it. Well, yeah, yeah, that tool seems very interesting. I must check it once probably. Uh, good. I really, really need to fix the audio stuff because nobody's listening to you, and really the things that you're saying is like super good stuff, and I'm and we will no we will do this when all this stuff is fixed. But I must say that right here Alex was sharing guys good tools that his good Russian friends because Jesus we are trading in a Russian terminal also, so they're very good coders, and definitely I will look into what he was sharing. It looks good. I mean, I know some terminals that do something similar because of course the ideas from where all those comes from is open source. But I must admit that it's very good, and there is some others like Trading Light or something, huh? But it's definitely very good. Today, well, I think I will run again into some configs because probably a lot of people will not be still understanding how to configure their DOM because this is something you continually must be doing. I probably must to repeat this that we must continually configure our DOMs because it's like liquidity is not always like the same always, right? It changes from time to time. So in your case, Alex, do you use this type of configs, or because I see your DOMs very different actually? Yeah. Like I don't see anything in your stuff. Yeah, no. Also, I must change this because I don't have underscore. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes. No, I don't see anything. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry. 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 Yeah, I see it. Yeah, yeah, totally, totally. That's one of the things that order flow gives you, that you can actually see the liquidity underneath or above. But let's talk about something. I must continue the stream because sometimes because you're not the people are not is listening to you. That's so sad. Um, I must talk about momentum. Momentum. How it looks like. Okay. And this is one of the questions every trader, I think, it should do to itself, because when you're scalping, and I researched this from how the traders in the pit were working back in the day. So if you're a scalper, you're very similar like a market maker. The difference is, okay, in the straight sense of a market maker, they're doing tons of different stuff because they provide liquidity, and that's very hard. But in the sense that execution, the way that a scalper, the job that the scalper was, is to get people filled also, and at the end, it was very similar, get people filled. So I notice one of the things I'm noticing right now is, of course, it's Monday. I have another bag from other days in which was very very low volatility, so it was a very low balloon. And in the chart, for example, I must say, in the chart, okay, I'm not looking at the charts anymore, but in the charts, and I was looking, I didn't saw your tick in the middle, but I think it's the tape in the middle is very visual. So if you filter good your trades, for example, let's say I don't want to see anything below 5k, you could see the actual aggressiveness of the people who are removing liquidity in the tape. Sometimes if you gather some more experience, you can see the rotations because liquidity is always rotating. But definitely in the sense that filtering, it's very important, and something that I've been trying to talk with Cscalps. I'm trying them to also enable some features on on the footprint, so we can filter them also. It's very important to actually do that. So there's some ways we can continue to filter this. One of the thing is not where we were seeing is the iceberg, but it wasn't config properly. So I was trying to do that. You can also get notified, but let's play a little bit with this. If we send 1.5 million, how the profile looks, and I mean, I think that you want to see the boards. It's good, like this one. It's definitely okay. It's definitely the boards that you want to see. For example, in this case, if it's eating some of the orange ones, you can filter them because you say, okay, that liquidity is not real. It's activity, algorithm, systematic, and market making. So I can ignore, right? And it's anything below. Sorry, it's anything above the well, 4 is a lot, but let me reduce this to 3. Okay, definitely must be 4, but something around 100, right? You see that. So now you see more speed. You see that someone's spamming below, and it opens another lens of players that are playing also in the down, because some of them are just static, and of course there's the players that just put a limit in the other book and just wait, which is totally right and super good, because they probably the good reels, the good liquidity that wants to be taken, even if it's a market maker and just want to provide liquidity, it's real, and I agree. But I just saying that this template allows you to see a little bigger lens, right? So in the same sense, you have like you had Alex. I have 2 templates. I'm just having Bitcoin, and once people actually get how to use the footprint in the volume zone, it's actually very important to check this, because the footprint it's been giving a lot of clues of where the volume is going to activate, where not, because you can start marking those zones, and it gives you a very good scalp opportunities, Yeah, the clusters, it's also called clusters. Yeah, totally. I understand that. If it's just like that, it's you don't see the candles also, you see the candles, because you could take out the candles and just see the footprints. I like to use it because it gives like these zones, and also markets on the book. I like a lot that feature of 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 these scalps, to be honest. hmm So, well, talking a little bit more of aggregator, one of the features that I like of this is like I'm listening to this. Let me put you probably. Let me check. Yeah, there. There should be everyone listening. Um, if everyone is listening, I hope so, because I pop up this thing. So this thing is it's another way. Okay, when I, because I, like I said, I did a research on how the pits worked back in the day, right? Back in the day, how the pits worked. So well, it was order flow. It was order flow, but the order flow it weren't in the screens. The order flow was the people, and it's interesting to notice that, because at the end, um, the way you used your senses, it was probably way more effective there, or how I can say more. I mean, I think it's harder just to how much how besides your eyes and of course your thinking process, what else, right, can you use? And there is another stream of information which is lowers your RAM. And when I say your RAM, it's like when of course when we're trading on more, if you're our type of trader who are very close to mid high frequency, and you're taking decisions very fast, probably my decisions or my opinions could last 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I won't hold any trade because I want to go to the next ticker, into the next opportunity, right? I mean, in my case, I'm not sitting just looking at one ticker and one position, because the nature of my scalp is that I want to take a lot of business, right? I don't want to be stuck just trading one stuff. If the opportunity is gone, it's gone, and it's okay. I have 30 more tickets, right? That probably could give you some sort of anomaly. And the thing was like hearing something streaming in your ear. In my case, it helped a little bit of just clearing my mind of thinking of what I'm looking, so just concentrate of how in my case, for example, how the thumb is moving, probably moving my eyes between the two major pairs, because in my case I'm a spreader. What it means with spreader is I'm always trading against another market. I'm never taking, for example, if I'm trading long, I'm not trading short something else, because I'm trading that market against the other, and that's what I'm trying to trade against. And I probably will see if I see, for example, a correlation in a couple of coins I'm observing. I have 2 dumps, but I will be observing like 14 dumps, right? Of 5 coins at the same moment, and they give anomalies because they all move at the same pace. But at some point, one of them or 2 of them stops to dancing at the same rhythm, right? Or it's probably the Bitcoin could be tanking, right, and dragging some coins, and when the coins are not lagging, or we're not having discrepancies against all the basket of coins I'm looking, there's when it triggers for me a short long signal, right? Of course, there's some technicals that could be there, but for me it's more about how I select and how is the process of watching the market than executing itself, right? Because it's just probably, like I say, that back in the day, the niche where the pit were doing was this exactly. They were trading this, and I could probably recommend it, and I think I did. I recommended to see a video of Charlie D when he were speaking about exactly this, about how he were spreading his trades against markets and all sort of stuff. It's pretty interesting. I'm going to modify a little bit the DOM of Bitcoin, because I don't like what I'm looking. It looks like, because yes, I would like to see to give an example how is properly, in my opinion, the DOM should look like, because you guys see the DOM on BTC and what is information. I don't know. Okay, yeah, somebody's feeling at the bit. Okay, good, but in the whole profile, it's not looking so good. So what I would do is I would say I could go 3, and depending of the market, I will move the numbers, because of course these days there exist randomizers. So if you use round numbers, your filter can pass out some orders, right? Okay, 199, and I could say 1. Let's see how that's looking. Okay. Now liquidity is quite different here, but the order flow is such that it's very easy to read now, because now, I mean, it's not that I don't want to see the clusters. It's good to see the clusters, but it's not my main goal to have to see a clusters of liquidity there. No, what I want to see is who's spamming, right? Who's spamming in this case and leaving voids, or who's taking. Okay, also we need to modify probably the tick. We were using 10k, but probably we need to rise this a little bit. So then it's very clear, right? A lot clearer how somebody is looking. And probably I should have another DOM in this section. I should have it. This is to to see Bitcoin in the really. Oh, where is it? It's here. Okay. In the really core, because there is when the iceberg starts to appear. Okay. I'm sorry guys, let me just do Bitcoin. I'm going to see futures. We could see, probably, I'm just speculating, I don't know, but probably we could see Binance futures quarterlies, because people who use those kind of hedges, because they're using that for hedging, I'm sure of that. They're not noobs, right? So probably reading that flow could be convenient, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to reduce this space here. And okay, good. And probably, yes, I want to get rid of the clusters, minimize. Yes, link them, right? Yeah, totally. Thank you. But what I want right now is, yeah, okay, looking like a little bit more like this, to see how this speed is going on, right? Because in this will be so wide, and it will be like so aggressive, but in the higher ones it's like, oh, it's just 2 million just trying to get filled in Bitcoin, and 2 million trying to get filled won't scare me a lot, if I see probably 100 Bitcoins trying to get filled, okay, I would say somebody's trying to do business, and it's not doing like so efficiently. And so if he is not doing so efficiently, that means he has an urgency of trading, and he has an urgency of trading. It means new information hitting into the bit, and that's why as scalpers or at least as the way I see myself as a scalper, my job is to provide my liquidity and to get filled between those gaps of liquidity, like we were saying, right? When just somebody's lifting so aggressively, probably we could say, okay, if these prices go touch again, I'm going to put a short side so that guy can get out, right? And usually those prices don't get too much time, don't get last, and it reverses. There is when people are like us scalpers close business and we get paid by our job. So, well, just reminding momentum, how it looks like for me. For me, it's a very, very, very simple thing when we're speaking about momentum. I mean, I could say a lot of things from my options background because I still trading some of that. I had a puts that I probably will spend worthless, but momentum for me is about speed, right? I don't know if there is some momentum without speed. I could argue that. I don't know if somebody would argue that with me, but one of the things I recommend to people, and of course, Alex, I know you have a lot of experience too using dumps, is when they start staring at the dump, literally, you start to get instincts, and those instincts when you're just staring are the ones that and people get me, why would I just stare at the dump, like, man, it's like that yeah, it's like fishing. It's something that people probably do not understand because they're the most sorry most of the people, they are just get used to trading candles and whatever trading technicals, and it's not wrong. I mean, but some people are just so I think, in my opinion, they absorbing that because just because somebody someone's had made a good money doing that, they think that it's the technical. But if when you start getting experience on stage, you realize that definitely the strategy is not what makes you money, right? It's the guy who is doing behind that strategy and their instincts. And one thing, sorry, one of the things I like to mention always is something that it really lowers my RAM is having these lines, because I don't have to think in the prices. When I see these lines, I know that it's probably some round or in the middle number depending of what coin. Like, for if I have it right 270, I know that here it's going to be probably 7100 or 70. Okay, because this goes every 30. So every 25, sorry, every 25 you go 100, and it moves depending. Oh, here it's in 30s. I thought it was in 25s, but you can change that. You can change depending of the multiple of your coin, and it's for me, it's like it's very good because a lot of people will use those. I mean, the people who trade algorithm, if they are not sophisticated, they will not randomize, and it's a lot easier to manage your finances when just look. Oh my god, somebody's feeding those at the ask. Let's see if we can catch somebody uh, doing an iceberg, because some volatility is picking up. Of course, momentum is picking up. Let me check the foot. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Exactly like as you were saying, activity gets usually around numbers, so that's why it's very important to me looking of those. It's just not even looking, just a line having your chart, you'd even think about that, something is going on there. You can trade around those levels or just get caution around those levels. And okay, it's been, I mean, I didn't have any plan to trade in the morning because I'm finishing an algorithm, but it's been pretty much longing all the session. Let me check the technicals, and this is the more technical I get. I mean, I would see this and probably the 25 candles, I would like to. This is our trading view um, open source. I just modify a little bit the values, and this is what I do, right? And I know that this one's going to be get touched as any BWAP, right? And when I go lower in the 6 minutes, I know that I got my breakout from, because I want to trade these things when they are at the open, right? I mean, for me the open is, what the heck is this? 20, 21. No, this is wrong, mate. Let me check that. Right. 9 a.m. Yeah, I configured it wrong. It should be like, let's check this. Ah, yes. This is 10:45. Okay, yes. And this is script I want to configure because it's very good. I want to modify. It has some errors because I like this open range give you a lot of information. First, the volatility. When this thing you can measure them. They actually call it status small. That's calling volatility. If this thing it says medium, I will try to say that this is the top, and I've been trying to work on a similar script to analyze this in a more professional way, or probably working with PineScript. To be honest, PineScript is a pain in my ass. It's like, I don't know. It's always changing stuff. But I'm probably thinking on having this because this is measuring in dollars. So 20-day max is a K. So you can even just by looking at this how volatility's been behaving, and I want to. It's initial balance. I will. You have a coloration, that's good. I don't remember. Probably I modified it then, the other one, because I remember that I just saw my line in the middle, and that's it. Oh, okay, there is it. There is the way, because there's two ways. For example, you could. This is the thing I want to modify. I want to make this custom, because the extra levels are just multiplies of the 2x of the high in the initial balance high or the initial balance low. But I don't want to see 2. I want to see 3, 4, 5, right? So to see how expanded it is, and it's too short in this case. It's well, it's not useless right now, but it could be very useful in the future. So this is basically what I will be looking, and it would look something like this, right? If 25, I would just say this. If not, I would just say this. And for me, I know that this is going to happen, and you can pause it here in the 8 in the morning, could take a trade. I don't tend to hold myself because I am very. Oh, let's look at this. Behaving. There's something clear. Somebody's making business. I'm going to speak what I'm looking. Definitely, nobody's want to get sold on ADAs. Probably want to say sold higher. So this shit is going higher. just lift it. It's just that you see how it's boom, boom, lift it, boom, boom. It's like a heartbeat, man. You are seeing with me with the tape, boom. You know, that's deflect, boom, that deflect, boom, boom, boom. You know, boom, deflect, boom. So this is when you get so good when you're training momentum, because I could be so over leveraged. Oh my god, man, so over leveraged in some trades. And I mean, so over leveraged. I say it this way: when I trade, for example, you say you have $1,000, right? I would take $100. I will go to my exchange of preference, and I will leverage that thing to 11 times, right? That's what I would do. I won't like to have 1,000 on the risking on the line, because that's risking a lot of your equity, and since it's the nature, of course, who can imagine these things going up? Uh, uh, when you're having so much equity on your trading, first you get affected psychologically. Oh man, let's see those transactions. Okay, somebody have find counterparty. Let's see. Okay, it gets affected to you psychologically. Then just having something like these 100 and knowing that you're just leverage 100k. In my case, it is a lot of my job, because I can to execute over leverage, and I'm like just losing 50% from my account. If I'm losing 50% of my account, that means I'm just losing 0.0. I mean, if I'm losing a little bit more, $100 is 10%, 5% of my 1,000 dollars, 5%, and I'm speaking if I'm getting hit, right? If you're getting hit, that's what is going to happen to you. If you're not, you're just multiplying your account, and you're trading very, very hard. Because in my case, when you find something, you have found something that you can call probably an edge, because I haven't speak so deep on this, but our edge will be defined of a series of things. Okay, counterparty is doing good. Somebody found a counterparty. Let's see if we can provide to him, or we can smash through him. And if what I was saying, if you think if you have an edge, it's going to be a series of things, right? First thing is going to be the trade idea. It's the first thing. Do you have a trade idea? Okay, I have a trade idea. Good. Next thing is, on that trade idea, do you have the correct size risk allocated? That would be my thing right now. This is like, because I must to break the dreams of some people, because some people who it's making money on the internet, the photos and all that stuff, all the people who make money profitable, they need to move their size. It's like, if we trade static as a certain series of trades with the same size, I can almost be certain that you're going to lose. I can almost be certain. I'm speaking about the stat size. So one of the things that I found that is some sort of the good way, quote unquote, is to understand it when you have the good thing and when you have it the bad thing in your trading. It's super important, and because when you're having the good thing, you have to super size up like the hell. Like you have to beat the hell out of it when you're having the good thing. When you don't have the good thing, you need to, or if you don't going to size down, at least you need to trade slower. That's just the only thing. And I mean, in my case, what I've been gathering of data, some other people could just move their size, or probably just trade static that day. I mean, because trade static, it could be a counter, because if you don't, you know that probably you're going to lose, because you know that already you're going to lose. Probably you would say, I just want to use this kind of size when I am losing. That's what I'm saying. And if you do that, just that can put you in profit. It's so sick. And I've been testing some stuff, some iterations on the code, and I made money on the strategy just by adding it a variable for moving its size depending of its volatility. And this is when I extract this information. I need to learn how to move my size accordingly to volatility. So, well, everything reduced to, there's two ways of doing this. Or you reduce, or you make static when you're losing, like I said, or you have the ability to add into your winning positions. That's like, I mean, in my researchings with some professional traders from the pits. Once I had a call with some of them, and actually that one who called with me, he don't add into his positions, but he's so fast when he's executing. And let's see who is bidding this stuff, because the counterparty is not keeping up. I mean, he's selling, but he's getting, his TWAP is still on. Can you guys see that? The TWAP is continuously. Can you hear me, man? Are you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think
Okay,
you
okay.
lagged for a second.
I lagged? Okay.
Yeah, but I can hear you now.
Okay. I just want to hear. Okay, just going to get.
What's your connection speed?
My connection speed?
Yeah.
Like 70
Mega PPS, yeah.
yeah, mega bp.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. Do you use proxy on the terminal?
No, I don't. Why?
It's very, very, very useful thing. If you do short trades, some seconds, the proxies are very good. Cscalp actually provides, I think, free proxy in Khabarovsk. It's a Russian region. And why is it good to have a proxy there? It's very simple, because if you want to trade in Binance, the broker, all the servers of the broker is in Tokyo. So
Right.
if you're using a proxy, you can see the terminal much more smoother. We can test it later if you want, off stream, and we can see a same high volatility chart, and you will see how I see it and how you see it. If you are liking, you will see some differences.
Definitely, we can check that out. I mean, I've been testing some connections with latency here on my com, because this is the new com. Yeah. And I heard something about that, because I was trying some proxies of them, for example at Tokyo, but I mean, just in the screen it tells that is the fastest, quote unquote, right? And I totally believe you, but I need to check that.
Yeah. I think it's because the proxy that they provide is public. I used to pay for proxy,
Yeah.
$15.
Yeah.
per month,
Yeah.
and like most of the scalpers, at least in Russia and Ukraine, like everywhere where they speak like Russian, they use proxies, because if you live in Europe or you live in Russia, it's very hard. We have almost like 300 or 400 ms, because Tokyo is much way, and we use proxies to have like to decrease it to like 200 or 150.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, in my case right now, it's this is very fast. I mean, below this, I would say I would need to pay for a faster connection. And
Oh, this is very good actually.
uh,
You're in Mexico, right?
yeah, I'm in Mexico, and
Yeah,
and
this is
and
super good.
and, and I haven't. I know, and I'm totally. You're right. I haven't paid it because I mean I'm not executing right now on my terminal on this terminal, like I said. But definitely, if, for example, I put an algo, probably I would say that I would like to have probably a proxy,
Mhm.
to reduce this, to 50 at least in the half.
Yeah, yeah, but honestly, like uh, 140 is amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's very very good.
yeah. It's good. Yeah. So well, we can see Counterparty actually we were we were a little bit distracted. I would love to see this how this is unwinding. Um, Counterparty is definitely unloading. Somebody is still smashing their liquidity, but they cannot keep up. And well, for a second, it looked a good bit, but definitely a Counterparty it did its job. But I mean, what I want to value is you could see that you all saw that with me. Let me check clusters. It's time to start looking deltas, guys. Once we get it this, we can see the deltas. Why not? Okay, so this is the whole candle, right? This is the whole orly candle, because right now we're looking at the 5, but I want to see how the flow is looking at the all. So always in the footprint, in my opinion. If you're not looking at the bits and ask, you just need to see the extremes. These 60 heck Dixie sorry this 16k is the last buyer backed, right? So somebody was buying 4 million below. I mean, some okay, the market was buying 4 8 million below, and then above it in the 90 nobody was just wanted them at just 16k. That could be like, I mean, it's a very fast move when that happened, but it could give you, probably a trigger just because of that. That could be your trigger, definitely, just because of that. So let's put this to test again. Let's see where is the last seller sold. And let's see this. Okay, we're keeping up good. We're keeping up good. Okay. Okay, good. And I hope everyone is hearing this with me, because a TWAP is just activated. A TWAP is just activated. I hope everyone is listening this to me. I don't have even to need to see anything. That's why I like the aggregator, because I know a TWAP is just activated. Boom. Are you guys listening this to me? I'm going to pop up the TWAP. Okay, the TWAP stop. Just a stop, man. But it was so obvious. You can see all this. Look. This was a TWAP, man. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boom. Somebody's
Yeah, I
still
was hearing
selling.
that,
So
and it's all different
yeah,
different brokers, right?
right. Yes, aggregator. This
Yeah.
tool is aggregating 16 markets, actually.
Yeah, crazy.
Where was the other guy? The 19 years old guy. He's very. I would love how the young guys they get
Yeah, he's also new to that.
Oh Jesus! I didn't send. Let me check this, bro. 1 sec. Okay. Okay, but activity went totally off, right? So that was the exchange. Okay, good. I need to erase this. Okay, apparently sellers are still controlling this late session, so let's let's analyze what happened from this time. How this is another thing I hate. I cannot change it to my current time zone, so I never know what this time is.
I think this is the UTC time.
UTC, okay. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me double check it. Oh, what's going on?
Okay, I had a little bit of the lag, but this was a very they were buying all this dump, you know. It was very impressive.
Yeah.
That's why I mean
So
I'm speaking about the information, trying to explain how you guys can use that aggregator. Just by the kind of sound, I knew that dump was bugged because when okay, that's the sound somebody's selling, you know. That's the sound somebody's selling. So this aggregator is a little bit autistic, I know, probably, but it really gives you, you know, it's like somebody speaking you, man, because it's very different.
So, question:
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you are getting from the sounds from like all the brokers? Do you feel like you are getting the information a little bit faster than by looking the DOM or the chart even?
Oh, okay, friends. Alex made a good question. He said, if I felt that just by hearing information, I felt that it was faster than looking information. And I'm gonna tell you guys this. What I this that I'm going to tell you guys, a guy from 25 years trading bonds in the pit told me, right? He's the fastest guys that I know in trade in high frequency trading. He holds like 3 seconds and he goes for a tick. That's how it's trading in the bonds. And he told me, and I that's why I focus a little bit more on that. Look at this concentration of liquidity. When he removes, that's it. Did you guys saw that? When he removed it, boop, it's like suppression of the price. That could be, you call that manipulation? No, probably no. It's, somebody get feel it. It's very naive for my opinion to say that somebody is manipulating the market. Nah. I mean, you can orchestrate some stuff. You can print candles, but that's not like manipulating the market. So I was saying, he said that he could just know where the market is going just by hearing its tape, its times and sales, because he is using a specific kind of software, a pretty old one, I must say, and it's because he been trading 25 years, so he used a footprint and the DOM and nothing else, and he has their filters, and it's very similar. He's looking for 250 notional, 500 and 1 million contracts notional. If those are hitting the bits, he want to list them.
So he's using not the same, but something similar to.
It's something similar.
What you are using
exactly,
right
now. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So that last bug, it was pretty impressive to hear, because it was a lot of people buying, and then somebody actually puked against them, and they will think that he going to get a bounce, and they were not. So I know that right now traders are trapped. I know that traders are trapped, because the footprint told you who bugged at the large buyer bugged. So what I've been telling you is, I was checking the footprint. The last buyer bugged where it's going to be close to the close. Of course, if you're measuring this by time, which I don't recommend, in this case it's the only thing that we have, the footprint, we're measuring this by time. We are about in the half, of course. We are in the half of this footprint. So I would say you want to check when it's let's check the hourly footprint, and let's say the half-hour footprint, because it could give you some clues from probably if you want to see more granularity. When it's scalping, you're trying to catch the move. Probably if you're looking at the footprint, you must trade at these levels. If you're looking at the candles, definitely it's very clear. But if you're looking, probably it's not so clear, right? So that's why that's why I want to give the feedback to Cscalp, so they enable filters. And the moment we see, for example, yellow, that means shorted, right? Because somebody's hitting with some kind of abnormal balloon, and if you see, then you can combine. If I'm see a footprint signal here, yellow, and I'm listening somebody actually doing real sales, what else, right? What else do you need? In my opinion, and in my case, the way I scalp, I need to be trade idea. If I have 3 days direction, okay, then size up properly, and the last one, is called execution, but in execution I put risk management and everything that is needs speed, and you could terminal, everything, execution, everything that will help me to execute faster this thing. I want that, right, in my execution. So finishing the concept that I was speaking is that my edge is concerned about these three things now. So I believe that people need to work on these three things, right? Your trade idea, your assessment of the size, or on the opportunity, or how to say it. Yeah, I mean the trade size, opportunity, and the execution. Those three, it would be it. So okay, last seller sold. $500,000, and everyone is selling 6, 7. Let's see if this was the last seller that sold, because it's still, I want to see 50k. 50k is a good amount, but let's see. Probably this price could be revisited to unfinished business, but let's see. I want to see 50k. If you see in your footprint 50k, and it's like, okay, you can start speculating. Okay, let's form a bottom. But right now, hundreds of $500,000, that could be unfinished business, And that's the other stuff that you can put. Well, in the footprint lore, there's something called unfinished business, and it's exactly what I'm speaking about. If you see a bigger amount of volume in the extremes, that could be those prices still want to get revisited because they're unfinished. But let's see. Cscalp is cutting a nice iceberg. So let's see if somebody's getting filled at the lows because he wants to get short to even buy cover lower. Because why not? We can to just reverse all this move.
Yeah. Oh, did you fix the voice?
Oh, sorry guys, I was taking a glass of water.
Oh, I think you fixed it. I can hear myself.
You can hear yourself?
Yes. I don't know. You did something or?
Yeah, I did something.
Let's go.
Now,
Hello, guys.
now everyone is. Can you check that on the YouTube? I mean, or you're just confirming that you just hear yourself in the stream?
Yeah. I confirmed it on the stream.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. So okay, let's check. So, somebody was okay. Somebody explain me why I have a void on 60. That's so weird. Okay. Let's check 27 million. Okay, but okay, there's some weird stuff. Okay, yeah, 70 million. We have a very good amount of sales here, and comparing these now sales with those last 15k, it could be, but I'm still trying to assess this.
So you are in a long position, right? And you want to reverse it?
No, this well, I had a long position with super leverage, but then I closed it, and I closed it manually, and the terminal got it here, and I need to,
It's still, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I get it.
So
Alright. Also, question
Yeah.
to you.
yeah, totally.
What broker do you use?
Usually I use Bybit, Binance. Those work for me.
You're using a partner, or you are straight up connected to the broker?
I was using Tiger Trade because they give you
Yep.
rebate with fees, and of course
Yes.
I
Yes.
want to get fees because I'm trying to make a lot
Of course. Of course.
of transactions I can. This is the last thing I'm going to say, you guys, because in my opinion, I don't know. You don't have to look at this way, but in my case, it was easier because I know that. Okay. I'm good. I don't want to confuse nobody or myself speaking about this. When you have a buy limit order, you want to see what sells, of course, right? So these cells are the ones that are hitting right here or here. I'm not looking them on Bitcoin. I'm just looking here the balloon. But here you can say, okay, somebody was, trying to buy on this level, and it bought almost 4 million of it, and visually it's showing you red. Why? Because technically the footprint shows you only market orders, only market. All right, this was the recording of the tape when it was market order. So it got somebody 4 million sold, and it's showing you a red color. In my opinion, that's wrong. Why? Because by looking at the number, and again, I want to give the feedback, I could do a lot of stuff. We could color yellow just to filter when it's above certain size, and we can to color the direct number to know if, for example, if it's a market. So then you have a red number into a green color. Oh, that's so obvious because it's absorption. And I want to give this feedback to Cscalp. I need to put together my thoughts because I need to explain them. So the thing that I done to correct this, and I think it will give you some sort of or edge, you guys. You guys go copy this. Let me store the color, and then you get copy this, and then just store it again, and then you just invert it, man.
Wait, isn't it red because it closed below the previous candle?
No, this is not the candle. This is the footprint. I mean, this is the body of the candle. It's this red stuff that you can see here, and you can move it, and that it could be like the candle body, right? But I'm speaking just only about the footprint information, right?
Yes.
Completely ignoring about the body of the candle. Now what I'm looking is make a lot of more sense to my eyes, because why? Okay, somebody's selling that I should be looking into numbers here. but it's not possible. Okay, then I know somebody's buying all this, so of course somebody's selling. So the last seller sold 64 4K at Lowe's. I think those are unfinished business, man. It's a lot of money still. He was 8K and they still visit. Well, and 1 hour was cutting 1 million. So let's see this, right? So when you are looking at the sale, it's because somebody's buying it, and when they buy something and they cannot keep up with the price, and that's what the concept is, the last buyer bought, it's going to show you a red. And for my eyes, it's better because it's reds. It's calling for an action for me, right? And in this market environment, I want to short it because, in my case, I mean, I want to. I will take the same bias every day until the market says otherwise. So for me, I need to see shorting this candle body up. Cluster delta cell. Just. Okay. I would like to put a little bit more. Okay, it's too grab. I mean, probably. Oh yeah. The background. If I change the background, I think that could be. I know that the themes level. Okay. That the font size. I don't know what this is, but I just enabled. Okay. So, well, that is my opinion. This is a very way to see this, because if I am actually going to buy this, I would like to, again, same setup. I would like to see that the last seller sold at the lows with something similar, 50K, 60K, 100K probably, and then I would call it at a bottom, because no, that's the last seller sold. When the last seller sold, that is, or like you could be, say, traders trap that also, or they get absorbed or whatever, it's the same thing. The thing is, nobody is doing business in those levels anymore. That's the point. And that's how levels, highs and lows are formed, because nobody are interested in those levels, or auctions failed, like in the auction theory, and the book that I gave you everyone, so we all can speak about auction theory and stuff. We all understand each other. It's on my Telegram.
Oh, I started reading it, by the way. I remember. Let me see it. You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is it the Cbot market profile, right?
Yeah, correctly.
Yeah. I started reading it, but I think the video just explained it. It just covered it, but in a video, which is way faster for me.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, anyways, you need the core concept of it, of that is just in order to understand understand us, Yeah. So we don't speak different languages. Okay. 1 million. this was a very balanced market, because this setup is not always be there. You got see 100. What was this point?
It was very risky session actually.
Because here for example, if you say 1.72 million and then 1.7 million, but I mean, looking at this information, that will prevent you to take any trade of any side,
Exactly.
because you're saying, okay, this is a false market. I don't have any edge here. What I'm going to scalp here. Nobody want to get filled. So then
just watch.
Then for example, when these things going up, then you say, okay, let's going to buy this. Let's check if if these guys can keep up, and you probably this is why I get my technicals very strong, because for example, if I am looking at this, yes, I would like to long above, but I will do this mechanically. I don't understand holding.
Yeah.
so I just bought sorry, I didn't buy, I built a script, because I continue building this. It's not totally developed this actually. So this thing will continuously long it on the in the sessions direction, and I just focus on shorting. That's it, right? And if this, for example, breaks, if this breaks down, well, I get to short, because in my opinion, I don't short momentum in crypto. I get done with that. I want to get in the reversal, and that's good, but short momentum, not anymore. So if for example, if these were calling a short, I will short it with probably the mechanical, but not myself. Probably I will try to looking for a long while these things continually short, right?
Yeah.
So this is also the thing that I could say to you guys, with the tools that you have right now in the 2025, man. It's like without ChatGPT and stuff, I swear God that you can build your mechanical strategy and then trade it against or with it. This is a very good edge that could help you in your execution. Why? Because you are creating another data set, and it's called don't take my word, please do not take my word, and go to hear Charlie D and hear him speaking about spread. All the traders he said he were making money at the pits were spreaders. They were trading always against another market. If it's dollar, maybe the dollar is rising, or is going lower, or it's in a range, and probably you can assess if Bitcoin is moving when the dollar is having a range, or Nasdaq is longing, and if it's dragging Bitcoin up, because everybody knows that Bitcoin follows Nasdaq, and this is a spread. You're always checking your market against another market.
Yes.
I think they finished business right now, but we'll have to wait a little bit, probably. Well, a good thing is that we fixed that stuff, and I now can hear, everyone can hear you, so we can
Mike.
probably
Yeah.
we can repeat this in the future and invite the bro Apraxia, I think it was his name. I don't know.
Yeah. He, as I know, he is from Russia, right? Hopefully he does speak English, because I have a feeling that he was using a translator, which is not bad, obviously, but I hope he can talk with us.
Probably If not, we have to get a translator, maybe.
I do speak Russian, so
Yeah. Ah,
you
yeah.
already have a translator.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good thing. You already have one. Good.
Yes, yeah. I speak basically three languages. I speak English, Greek, and Russian.
Oh, that's cool, man. You live in Greece?
Yeah, I was born in Greece. I do live in Greece, but my parents are speaking Russian, so I do speak three languages because of that.
Wow, man, that's amazing. I love languages. I am Mexican, so I speak Spanish and English. But I mean, I would love to learn another third language. Probably, I don't know. I think
So,
something. I don't know, like Italian. I don't know, or something related with my
uh,
like my Spanish. I think will be easier.
yeah, yeah. Is there a lot of traders in Mexico?
Not that much. Not that much, to be honest. Um,
Uh, mm,
and even less from order flow. Like here, people only trade buy and hold techniques, or
yeah, same in Greece. Yeah, I I don't know. It's kind of like I know it can work if you're looking for investment, but investment in crypto for me it's not really safe. You can do it, but you
I
know,
mean, it's
uh,
possible, but it requires a very strong person because you're going to see 50% down your investment, and you need to be ready
yeah,
to swallow and to buy more about that shit. And it's very hard for somebody,
exactly.
someone to do
It's
that.
it's yeah, it's hard and it can become it's very risky because it can become a gamble after. I do know people who they wanted to invest, they invested, and they lost all, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna find another coin, a better coin, and it's just like I don't know, something that can is good for people who are not traders, but they want to invest. I have my brother. He lives in Germany and I told him, like, instead of having your money in bank, you can just invest in something that increasing every year, like stable increasing. Like, I don't know, it can be gold or it can be uh, S&P 100, 500, like something that are increasing by the time. And you can like every month you get the salary. Okay, you can invest like 5-10%, and this is the best investment strategy for a newbie. I don't think like there is something better than that. Instead of like selecting a coin and says, "Oh, I like that coin. I'm gonna just buy it without knowing what's going on with this coin." And are we like in alt season or what we're looking now?
Yeah, right. Well, I think it's a very hard topic, man, because everyone loses with the altcoins, and just a fewer of them will be those who actually get in size. Because when you're gambling, well, the nature of the gamble is, or you're very deep into the dits, or you just put your toes in, right? So that's why I say
Yeah.
adding was a very strong technique that made a lot of money in crypto for someone who actually understand that if a trade is going good, well, probably you should start adding more into that position, start to getting out, right?
Yeah, that's true. Mm.
So now let me show you the difference with the cluster style text. In the here I'm using only Bloom, and I think I will configure it this way better, because I will take out the delta. I want to see the Bloom. Here we will see the Bloom very clear, and here in the same we will looking at the deltas, and it's the difference between cell and Bloom. You can also say the Bach and Sol. This is actually where you can spot out all of the stuff with the stop the sorry trapper traders, because here's when you compare it. You compare it diagonally in diagonal. In, how do you say that? Diagonal. I mean,
Yeah, diagonal.
yeah, diagonal. Yeah. So 1 million to 460K, and you're looking for zeros. When you see a zero here, you definitely know that nobody were interested on that. But that could be unfinished business, or that could be yes, the poor low and
It
poor
will be
high.
just
It's poor called poor low and poor high. But
yeah.
I don't using this too much, because in that case it is a lot of numbers and just stuff, and my brain just hurts looking at that, right?
But can it be also accidental spread?
Accidental. What do you mean?
For example, a person or a company, I don't know, wants to uh, buy a huge amount in a certain price,
Uh-huh.
but because there is not a lot of buyers, it just spreads to the next one. So you see a low amount on the all like on the lowest, but it you can just add it to the above that. How to say it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's the point. For example, if you they're selling because they're selling 1 million, right? So somebody's buying it, right?
Mhm.
I mean, this is, remember, if well, this is where I hurt my friends in the thinking, because as I think as a market maker, because I do bid ask spreads, when I see somebody selling, I know somebody got filled, you know.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's like the two-way inventory thinking that you must have, in my opinion, if you try to provide liquidity. Because, for example, you see, okay, and somebody is trying to get sold, but he couldn't go through those through those limits. So as you say, for example, he got a fill here, and it leave a void here. But these extremes are called. They have a lot of different names for different concepts. They have poor and high lows. They have unfinished business. They call it FBGs when the technical guys, imbalances. You know, because
Okay. Yeah.
for example, if you are lucky, you're going to see, yes, the footprint's going to call you, hey, somebody made something here and it didn't get filled. And if you aren't lucky, this is going to be inside the footprint, the void is going to be open, you're going to see a big void, and it's going to, oh my god, somebody's buying into this, nobody's is providing liquidity to that, so it must short it because it must to fill the gap, like all
Yeah.
that theory of filling gaps. I totally agree with that. Market tries to always fill anything, you know. So the market's
Yeah.
always filling, right? So you can, for example, okay, I'm going to trade against these buyers because they're definitely uninformed buyers, and they just buying into nobody, you know. They're not going to be able to lift all this liquidity. If, for example, if we are looking also into the dam, and then boom, it suddenly start to goes probably a little bit against, because always this, the momentum works like this. They have a totally wrong trade side, but they are complete, they are complacency, they are complete, no, they are pleased with a little bit of positive percentage, and then it trade gets reversed. That's, I
Mhm.
think, like how everyone's has experienced that, and it will happen in real time, and it fill the void, and the pattern is lost. All right, so it's very hard, yes, in quantitative thing, because you need a very smart algo to understand that when the pattern is lost. But if you are using your eyes, you probably can spot some of them, you know. For example, right now, let's look at this footprint that is actually uh, developing right now, right? So somebody actually this candle starts selling, because the delta is negative.
Yeah.
Somebody starts selling, and it says that somebody bought this. Why? Because somebody provided liquidity into that sold. But this, this could create two things. This could be forming a bottom because somebody is actually selling the lows and it will not get eaten. Because why? Because the guy who is providing you liquidity for you to get sell is probably more smart than human. Right? That is the thing with the liquidity providers. They use very sophisticated techniques to this stuff.
Yep.
So okay, look, somebody just bought at the good stuff, right? So selling at the right candle, open candle. I mean, it's not that I have done that myself, but shorting, specifically shorting the momentum in the crypto, I've been testing this statistically will be always wrong. You can trade the mean reversion, long it, and trade the mean reversion in crypto, and you can always certainly going to make money. But this is the kind of setups, for example, right? So somebody just sold, and it could be calls some sort of unfinished business, because this is this is first 23k, sorry, and it's
Yeah.
calling for unfinished business. So I would say I have a magnet right now, and then we have 50k and the below, so we have a balanced market. Let's see which liquidates first, and I would say just trade against that one first. That would be my scalp, right?
Yeah.
What time is it? It's like 10 a.m. I think the market's going to end very soon, because here in crypto, what happened to equities? I like to see what happened to equities. Yeah, they were long, right? So Bitcoin bounce makes sense, right? Because always, you know, Nasdaq, but we have this discrepancy. Nasdaq is long, Bitcoin is short, and guess what? Nasdaq is being short like, oh my god, So big chance this thing can still short. So, but we need to wait for that opportunity, right? So let's get this unfinished business. Let's kill this guy here, short it, and short higher with his liquidation, because this is one of the things that I like from. Let me check. From trading diaries, do you use that?
Which one?
Trading diaries?
Yes, I use trading diaries, but I use not specifically this diary. I use a different one. It's called TMM. I think I sent you a picture of it. It's
For
let me
me,
forward it again.
for me, this is very interesting, because this fast move, you can clearly say here that somebody got liquidated. Okay, this was an OKX,
Okay.
and where the whale got liquidated on. Oh, it was he was liquidated in different venues.
Oh, this is the bot, right?
Yeah, yes,
Oh, interesting.
this is liquidation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, oh, right, okay, yeah. Like I say, we had unfinished business. Those 20K, okay, good, good, definitely. I mean, you're just trying to track, right? Are you trying to? The job, in my opinion, is trying to track who is getting punished and where the market maker is getting feel. For example, here is feeding somebody, but I would trade against them. I mean, I will say, okay, let's get me feel. God damn, right? I don't have feel. I don't have money. Okay, but definitely I would like, and there is, well, where the opportunities start to get, right, because they're trying to sell probably 250K. Let's see, let's assess. I mean, where we have a lot historically move, but then is when I like to just turn on Cscalp, load my history, and then go and read, right?
Yep.
Well, brother, I think it's been a very good session. I think it was a goal that we enable your audio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That was a
actually.
good
And
one.
also it was very nice like to share things that we use, because we can like, I can steal something from you, you can steal something from me, and it's very useful.
Yeah.
I always like, I was not really into meet people who doing trades, because first of all, it's really hard to find traders.
Yeah.
Most of people are, well, yeah, okay, they do trade, but they're not really into it. They are just doing it either as a hobby, or they don't have enough knowledge. But uh, it's indeed very good. Like if you know things, it's very good to have people around you that also know things, and you can help each other. This is very useful.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I must say that, one second, I just want to share you. Oh, security key. Oh, I need a key. Okay. I want to show you a guy who I've been following, because I follow, like I said, XP traders, and these days I've been following guys who actually making money, a lot of money in the markets, verified, and it's called Lance Britstein. I don't. These guys are not trading crypto, but I believe that it is very important to understand how these guys work, because I I have I know from some stock traders that crypto are like crypto right now are like stocks was 15 years ago.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So that is a hint. That is a very good hint, because why? Because that guy, if we research how was the behave of that, I think we can properly unveil some um, patterns that were happening, and or predict how in the future it will be behaving, right? So let me show you. This guy, it's called Lance Britstein. He has made $60 million in 10 years, almost an average. No, he has made $10 million a year, an average of 5-6 years. and
Oh, yeah.
and this guy is the last one of the um, prop firm real traders, because he was an ex prop trader with real prop firms. I mean, not the ones that like Topstep or Fitmo, the ones like actually, ask you for a verified trading record. And this guy, I've been trying to follow this guy a lot, and I sometimes had maybe I had the opportunity to interact with him in Twitter and so. And one of the things he said, and it honestly changed my mind, because I think that too. And he's telling like this, like very straightforward, and actually I commended. Oh my god, he answered, but I ignored. Jesus fuck. Okay. I need to. This guy say, I used to think trade blah blah blah. However, after reviewing various studies and testimonies, like he's speaking about one video in specific.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're following this guy. I don't know who this guy is, but I mean, if it's enough to Lance to retweet it, I mean. And he said, I won't sugarcoat it. Finding a good pod is like dating. It takes time, effort, and no guarantees. Because I have found very good mates that I say, okay, bro, we could do a lot of interesting things together, but we don't have like the culture of. It's not. We don't have the same culture. Like you say, or probably they do it like the hobby, or they simply not interested at all. But I must admit that video is very interesting, and I think I will share it in the Telegram. I think you guys should see it, because it's with Lance and with SMB. Do you know those prop firm?
Not exactly.
Okay. Now these guys are the pros from the stock market. I mean, the guys who are making money, and the prop firm with all these tools, they say that in 2 years they can make a profitable trader, more or less, if they find a good one, a good candidate. I mean, assuming that they find a good candidate, right?
Yeah.
And in 2 years. So, and one of the things Lance says is it's very important to have a small pot, at least to have these at least kind of chats, because it's very very hard when you're doing it alone.
Yeah.
Very very hard. Well, man, I think we should repeat this one day. It was a nice session.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Let's invite next time. Let's invite Praxia. Praxia, I think is his name.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice. I will also ask him if he can speak English. It will be nice. I'm pretty sure he will have a lot of questions.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. Thank you, man. Alex, do you have a Twitter?
I don't.
No?
I mean, I do, but I don't really use it.
Okay, it's okay.
I should actually made one, but I don't know. Yeah, I will make one. I will make a new one.
That's okay. I say because in the crypto lore and the stocks lore, it's very common to use Twitter, so that's where all the people is. But it's okay.
Yeah, but I'm more to the I'm more learned from the Russian community, from the Russian side. So
yeah.
They don't really use Twitter.
Yeah, of course but I know there is very good talents there.
There is, yeah, but you need to find the information. It's there is a lot of information, but there is a lot of bad information as well. So you need to filter it.
Yeah, they probably as Russian guys, they don't share a lot.
there's a lot of affiliate people who are they're not really sharing anything useful, but there is also people who actually do stuff, and they're sharing not because they're like uh, famous or something, but just because, okay, I have my small community. Look, I do this. So yeah,
Yeah,
there
totally.
is some people.
Totally, man. No, yeah, sure. And I would just want to mention, let's see how this footprint. Did you saw that when the footprint was creating? Remember that we had an unfinished business here.
Yes, I do remember.
Those
Yeah,
continued. So it's very interesting because your footprint always will be looking at the extremes. So those
yeah,
445K could be another bigger unfinished business that market has, right? Let's compare with the downside. Okay, it
yeah,
have 50K, you know. So tracking these balances, for example, the unfinished business that's and 170K short compared with the BUHO almost 2 million, and the market continued down. I mean, it's already bugged in reverse because we have two-way trade, of course, but it's a range, we know that. But I mean, when it's in balance, the footprint tells that good. So well, thanks a lot, man. It was a good talk.
thank you. Yes,
Let's repeat this, and I'm
yeah,
sure
for sure.
we're going to enjoy it the next time. Also, I'm sure. I'm very sure.
Yes. Thank you so much, Robert.
Okay, man. Thank you too. See you next time. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you got into here, see you next time.